Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. It is Wednesday, and that means we talk with Matt, the mortgage guy. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, Mike. Always good chatting with you, man. I look forward to Wednesdays.
Yeah, it's fun. I always learn something. I love our conversations because I obviously follow my buy box every day, but the mortgage market's your baby. So I love learning things. And I saw there was a bulletin from Fannie Mae with what I read, and I'm sure I didn't read it right, was basically they're trying to help more renters become homeowners, but I didn't really get it. So I thought I'd ask you, what's going on with Fannie Mae?
Right. Yeah. And so I did a video last Saturday. The bulletin came out on the 11th, last Wednesday,
Okay.
and it had a bunch of different things. It had, they're going to look at credit this way. They're going to, now use, past rent as a factor in improving people. And so it had like 7 or 8 different things. But as I dig in, I'm like, man, I should have spent some more time on this, rental factor that they're coming out with. And just so everybody knows, they put out the bulletin August 11th. It doesn't go into effect until September 18th. But as some people know, some people might not know, a lot of things that happen in mortgage nowadays are automated. And so it's a system change. It's like, hey, we're going to tweak our system to now look at this and now look at that before it spits out you're approved or you're not approved. And we've talked about that on this channel before where, more yeses, more nos. It's all a matter of tweaking the system. What this change is hoping to fix, because I read, their CEO puts out a bulletin on, we're helping renters unlock the door to home ownership. What it's trying to do, this administration and a lot of talk around like, the wealth gap and getting more, minority home ownership and whatnot is help more people who might have challenged credit get a yes answer. Right.
Okay.
And they're doing that by saying, hey, listen, you might not have a large credit history, or you might not have these other factors that would give our system enough assurance to give a yes answer. So
okay.
What they're going to do, Mike, is they're going to have the system analyze bank statements. And when it goes 1600 February 2nd, 1600 March 3rd, 1600 on, April 1st, it's going to recognize that as rent history.
Interesting. So let me repeat what I think you're saying. So Fannie Mae, leadership in place, want more yes answers. They want to make more renters homeowners, which again, initially makes me cringe because I invested in the last cycle and that's what happened. Right. But what they did last time is they just basically gave up doing any kind of underwriting. That's not what I hear this saying.
No, not even close.
Yeah, no, it made me cringe until you explained it. So what I think you're saying is right now, some of these renters, they don't have a long or many, I don't know what's called, credit records or whatever on their, right? When you pull a credit report, there's not much.
Credit lines or credit history, whatever you want to call it.
Credit cards, whatever it is, right? Car loans, whatever. They just may not have a deep history. And right now, because of that lack of history, it's giving them a lower score, which means a no answer in the automated system.
Right.
So far, so good?
So far, so good.
Then what you're saying is they're going to look at another monthly expense, i.e. rent. They're going to validate payment was done probably before the 5th or some artificial date. And they're going to almost self-build credit records. And that is going to create a deeper file and take a no to a yes. Am I saying it
exactly?
Correct?
Exactly. Yeah. And they did internal, survey, and they said, hey, of these files that we surveyed, 17% of them would have gone from no to yes had we been able to use rental history.
Interesting.
And, it's one of those things where I'm always optimistic that what the idea and the plan is actually happens in real life, right? It doesn't always happen that way. That Refi Now program, nobody freaking qualifies. Nobody's doing that. I mean, they made the box so tight that it's like, look at what we're going to do to help people, but nobody qualifies. And so, I want to be optimistic about it because it is a good idea. Yeah. And when I hear people tell me like, I've paid my rent on time for 8+ years, that's good. I feel like that should matter. I agree. Somebody missed a payment on their credit card because the bill didn't come to their address. These other things that might have hurt their credit. If we can use the fact that, look, they've got good rental history, like the CEO said in his newsletter, that's an indication to him. If they can pay rent on time, month after month after month, they probably got a pretty good chance of paying their mortgage on time.
I agree.
Right.
Oh, so again, initially I was apprehensive because again, I saw this movie before. It's now very different. I think using rental history is a great idea. I think it's a wonderful idea.
I mean, you think about the factors that you'd look at on like, do I think this person's going to pay their mortgage on time?
Exactly.
Like there's no better apples to apples. Like they've had a monthly housing expense paid on time for this long.
Oh, that's
Are they
cool.
going to pay their future housing expense?
Yeah,
on
it's
time?
a pretty good chance.
Right. Yeah. So it's a good thing. And it's one of those things where it's meant to target and help those who are currently having trouble. The ones that historically have gotten no answers, and speaking completely honestly, they look at and they say, Hispanic and Black and some of these communities who are getting more no answers. How do we get them more yes answers? And so my hope is that it fulfills what it's intended to fulfill.
Yeah. And again, from where I sit, again, just generically speaking, looking at the data, paying rent on time is it's not based on skin color at all, right? It's just, if you pay your rent on time, it's something you can build out. So I love the fact that 17% of people that got no answers would go to yes. If we looked at, that's a great, I think that's wonderful.
I think it is too. And here's the thing, you plug in all the factors. If somebody has, challenge credit and they have a smaller down payment, like this stuff makes it hard.
Yeah.
But I talk to these people every day that might be right on the fence, and I'm rooting for them, right? Because I know the power of home ownership and all the benefits of it. Yeah. And so it's like, listen, I've paid my rent on time this long. I know I can do it. You prove it, the system sees it. It's going to help you get a yes answer. I'm excited about it.
So this comes out or goes into effect on what date? In September?
It says September 18th. One bulletin I read said like the weekend of, so I'm not even sure what day September 18th falls on, but
so sometime mid-September.
Right.
And it takes that long because these are system changes.
Right. Yeah. They're going to go in there and they're going to actually, create algorithm system changes that say, identify recurring payments on a monthly basis. I don't know, it's going to have to be in a certain range. It's going to have to be. So
does that change for these borrowers that would get a yes answer now, you probably have to collect more data, I'm guessing?
I don't think so because I guess what the borrower has to agree to is to input their bank statements,
right,
to be analyzed. I think
that has to be proven, right? Again, this is not
right.
This is not I feel. This is I did, and here's the evidence.
Yeah, because currently I'm going to submit a file and I'm going to say, Bank of America ending in 0463 has $26,422 in it. Right. I don't have to put the bank statement in the file and run it, right?
Correct.
And so maybe somebody says, hey, I've got positive rental history. Okay, cool. Give me your last 12 months of bank statements.
I would think so.
Yeah.
And then you highlight check number or whatever.
Yeah. It'll be something like that.
Yeah, it would have to be, right? Because again, the system doesn't have feelings. It looks at numbers.
Right.
Oh, this is cool. Well, this is exciting. I would love, again, I'm a huge believer in home ownership. It's the only reason that got our family through some very dark days when I was a kid. So home ownership, good, but you've got to be able to stay in. And that was what was wrong last time. Not everyone, but most people got yes answers last time. Some of them shouldn't because they didn't have the means to pay.
Right.
And it sounds like we're not doing that. So that's, I think this is a great job by Fannie Mae. I think this is going to help a lot of people. And I'm very excited to see more renters become homeowners that have a proven track record of paying. I think this will be an awesome change. And thank you for bringing it to the channel. If people want to know more about it, what's your YouTube channel? Because you've done a video.
Go to Matt the Mortgage Guy on YouTube. I'm pumping out 3 videos a week, things like this that are affecting mortgage, they're affecting the real estate market, affecting buyers. So check me out. Consider like, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff the YouTube algorithm likes. I'd appreciate it. And if you're in California looking for help, me and my team are happy to help. Matt at mattthemortgageguy.com. If you're outside of California, greatmortgagebroker.com connects you with an out-of-state broker. I've got plenty of people that just shoot me one-offs, just asking questions. Sometimes I've got an answer. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I've got, I got a hard money guy I can refer you to. If I can help, I will. If I can't, I'll tell you, but feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help. And I agree with you. Every once in a while, Fannie and Freddie and these, big powers that be that control it, they do something that makes sense.
This one got it. They nailed it. I'm very excited. So thanks, buddy. I look forward to topic number 2, talking about California craziness. Thanks, bud.
Yep.